look at another added extra that we've dropped into Opera for you. This one that I'm going to show you is one where you may have repeat lines on a particular order. So it may be a case that you've entered one particular line where you want a delivery date for an item, and then the same item on the same order might want to be delivered another date. And what you have to do there is, obviously, when you raise in a normal order within Opera, you have to keep adding line by line. So what we've come up with is one where we can actually duplicate lines. So you can duplicate lines either on an existing order that you've got, or even as you're creating a new one. So what I'm going to do is create a new order and just show you how I can duplicate the lines and show you exactly what it is that I'm meaning. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new order for the infamous Adams Light Engineering. Obviously, you're going to fill in all the details that you would expect for your customer on your header record. Moving on to the next area, I'm going to use the infamous car mats. I'm going to choose the small ones. And what I've got here is that this client has ordered, let's say, 10 to be delivered on the 4th of January this year. So what I'm going to do is just going to update his record. So let's just drop that all the way down. Now, if I just press escape once, I've got the line highlighted, and if I just go down to my action button here, I've got one which is called replicate lines. So what it's going to do is going to replicate this line how many times that I want it on that particular order. So if I go for replicate lines, it then says enter the number of duplicate lines that is required. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to say 2. So if I now click OK. So line number 1, just confirming, will be duplicated twice. So do you wish to continue? Yes. And now you can actually see I've got 3 lines. So I've literally just copied that one line and then duplicated all the way down. Obviously, bear in mind you've got your various due dates, so it's a little bit easier just to change your due date on those for obviously when the client wants to call off the order. Excuse me. Great. Fantastic little tool that you've got there just to take that mundane of creating new lines, updating it. Very easy, and what you can do is just dive in and change the due date accordingly. So let's post that as normal. So there we go, we've got our order, and you can clearly see now I've got my duplicated lines, and all I did was just enter the one line and then just copied. So how does that work with an existing order that I've got? So what I'm going to do, just going to choose another one here. So I'm just going to choose an existing one. Bear in mind that was the one that I've created right from scratch. What I'm going to do is going to edit this one. So let's just edit that. And what we've got is we've got the engine oil, 10 litres, and the client has said, well, I could do with another line of that, another 4 if you don't mind. So what I can do is just literally come straight into the order. Remember, I'm editing it here, whereas before what we're showing you was creating an order from the ground upwards. So what I can do here is highlight the line that I want to do, replicate lines. I want to replicate that by 1. And you can see there it's going to duplicate 1 line. So if I go yes to that, let's just whip down to the bottom, and you can now see that it's added an extra 4 of that engine oil in the 10 litre containers onto the order. So all it needs to do now is just post my document. Obviously, what you would need to have done there, if you were doing this manually through Opera, without that functionality, you would have to create the new line and update it accordingly. So again, all we need to do is just post that, update the document, and hey presto, that is now updated. Again, one of those lovely little tools that a lot of us we've wished over the years we'd have, and now we've actually got that held within Opera 3.